guys, today is Faith Friday, and I'm really sorry this video is out late. Yesterday was a wonderful day because I was alive, but it was also very challenging, and so I just, had a lot to catch up on today. And so now I'm back home and I'm like, okay, I gotta do my Faith Friday video, and I kind of toggled back and forth between like Enneagrams and astrology and all that, and versus what I'm going to talk about today, which is Jesus and therapy. And so today I just want to, this is not going to be like last week was like very scripture heavy and stuff. I just want to commentate on scripture and therapy while I cook my dinner. And I'll be having some rice as well as some green beans. So for my pod, I'm going to use this, no, I'm not gonna use that, I'm lying. I'm gonna use this citrusy garlic seasoning from Trader Joe's. It's so good. So I'm just gonna almost crust it a little bit on either side and then sear it. So when I was growing up, therapy was not a thing, right? Like even counseling was really reserved for like married couples and things like that. And a lot of times, like the things that you heard in church was like, people would be like, how are you? And it's like, I'm blessed. And I'm like, but how are you? Like, you don't look happy. Your countenance is very low. And a lot of what I saw was people who, what's called spiritually bypass whatever was happening in their life and just quote unquote covered up with the Bible verse. And that didn't work for me because I was like, there's some real stuff going on and I need to figure this out. And I think there's people that God put on earth to help us with that, which is why I say, and I have a shirt that says Jesus in therapy. And the super Christians, the ones who are super saved, will tell you that you're trying to add to Jesus and that you're trying to add to his work on the cross. And my question is always, okay, so when someone's sick physically, do we tell them to just pray or do we tell them to go to the doctor? Because God uses doctors to heal the sick. He also uses therapists to heal the emotionally unwell. And let's just keep it a buck, like all the way 100. A lot of Christians, and not everybody, well, let me rewind. Everybody's a sinner. Everybody has faults. Everybody is in need of the healer. Some of us have more trauma than others. Some of us have more abuse in our backgrounds than others. Some of us have more struggles than others. And those struggles have an impact on the way we view the world. They have an impact on the way that we view other people and our relationships. And yes, I'm a firm believer in prayer. I think prayer is essential. I think that's the first thing you should do. And simultaneously, without adding anything to Jesus's work on the cross, I can also say that therapy is necessary for a lot of people. And one of the things I think sometimes the church gets wrong is trying to tell people that therapy is not necessary and that they don't need it. And it's funny because, you guys know this is a fitness channel, so I talk with a lot of people about their relationship with food. And my thing is, relationships are for people, not food. So if you have a relationship with food, we have a problem, because that is an emotional tie that you should have with another person and with Jesus, right? And so that's something that you need to go to therapy for, because a lot of people will say, well, just ask the Lord to take away, the disease. And he will, he can. And he also can send you to a therapist who can help you identify why that happened in the first place. And so I think for some people, therapy is really, really useful. And we need not pretend like therapy doesn't have its place in our lives. And it's funny because when I was dealing with my own issues, you know, people just like, oh, pray about it, but like, pray about what? Like, be specific. And therapy can help you be specific about what to pray for. And it's like, okay, well, the Spirit intercedes and all this other stuff. Yes, and sometimes knowing what you need to know is so beneficial for your development and growth as a person. So I think what's funny is that we see a lot of, and this is me personally, is people who are saying, I'm blessed, oh, the Lord's taking care of me, and that's true too, but I see a lot of hurt and a lot of pain and a lot of, like, you haven't processed this. And I can tell because you snapping at the next person and you treating everybody like whoever treated you poorly, and it's like, you still got work to do. And you're trying to pretend like, you know, if you just say you're blessed and that God handled it, that you're good to go, and you're not. And I think that's where a lot of people do see hypocrisy, because if you haven't dealt with your own stuff, you are still going to be jacked up to other people. And sometimes you need a therapist to realize that. So that's all I got to say about that. Let me see if this fish is done. All right. Just gonna put it in a bowl. I don't know what kind of greens I'm gonna have with it. It's so good. Yummy! All right, let me grab my, excuse me, little goat. All right, this is what I use. 3 minutes. I don't feel the greatest, but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna put some pico de gallo on my fish, so it's like a fish taco-y kind of taste. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna sit down and eat. So that was my very, very mini rant. And yeah, I don't feel like this is the greatest video, but I just was like, I need to talk about this because I feel like we don't, sometimes we be lying to ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So, and your pastor's not a therapist. It is what it is. And you can find good Christian therapists too. Like, there's some high quality therapists out there who are believers who can point you to Christ in your therapy while also helping you to process your trauma. So let's not pretend like they're all out here, you know, pointing you to the world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you ever have struggled thinking that therapy is you, like, what is the word that I'm looking for? A lot of people think therapy is me giving up on God, or like not trusting God, or having little faith. And I think that's a stumbling block. You know what I'm saying? Because, as I said, you got something wrong with your teeth, you're gonna go to a dentist. You have something wrong with your mind, you're gonna go to a psychologist, right? Why is therapy any different? So that's it for the video, guys. You guys, I actually have a tickle in my throat. I don't feel the greatest. So I'm gonna eat this food and then go take a nap. All right, guys. Let me know if you like this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you agree with me, comment. If you don't, comment. I'm not offended because these are just my opinions. All right, guys. I'll see ya in the next one. Bye.